When did you realize something was a blessing in disguise? I was 12 when my older brother Caden got arrested for selling drugs at school. The cops showed up at our house with handcuffs and a warrant, tearing through his room like they were hunting for treasure. They found everything: pills hidden in textbooks, cash taped under his desk, even a scale wrapped in his gym socks. Mom collapsed on the kitchen floor, sobbing into her hands, while Dad stood frozen, watching his golden boy get shoved into the back of a police car. Caden had been the star athlete, honor roll student, the kid everyone said was destined for greatness. Meanwhile, I was the screw-up who barely passed math and got suspended for fighting. How could this happen? Mom kept asking, like the universe owed her an explanation. The truth was, I'd known about Caden's dealing for months. I'd seen him counting money, heard whispered phone calls, watched him slip baggies to kids behind the gymnasium. But he was the favorite, the one who could do no wrong. Who would believe me? After his arrest, everything changed. Our house went from being the neighborhood hangout to radioactive. Parents forbade their kids from coming over. The high school rescinded Caden's football scholarship. Mom started drinking wine at lunch. Dad focused all his disappointed energy on me. "You better not turn out like your brother," he'd say, eyes narrowed with suspicion. For the first time in my life, I had his attention, even if it was the wrong kind. He started checking my homework, asking where I was going, actually caring about my grades. When I brought home a B+ in English, he hung it on the refrigerator. Without Caden's shadow blocking the light, I discovered I was actually smart. Not athlete smart like him, but book smart. I joined the debate team, started tutoring younger kids, even got elected to student council. My freshman year of high school, I won the regional science fair with a project on water purification. Dad drove 3 hours to watch me accept the trophy, tears in his eyes. "I'm proud of you, son," he said afterward. Really proud. Caden got out of juvenile detention when I was 15. He looked smaller somehow, beaten down by orange jumpsuits and institutional food. The family tried to pretend everything was normal, but the dynamic had shifted permanently. At dinner, Dad asked about my college applications instead of Caden's plans. When relatives visited, they wanted to hear about my academic achievements, not his comeback story. Caden noticed. Everyone noticed. One night, he cornered me in the garage. "You think you're better than me now?" he asked, anger flashing in his eyes. "No," I replied honestly. "I think I'm finally better than I was." He stared at me for a long moment, then his shoulders sagged. "You are," he admitted quietly. "You always were. I just made sure nobody could see it." That's when I understood. Caden's arrest hadn't just exposed his crimes, it had freed me from living in his shadow. For 12 years, I'd been the backup son, the consolation prize, the one who didn't matter. His fall had forced everyone to actually look at me. Last month, I graduated valedictorian and got a full scholarship to engineering school. At the ceremony, Caden sat in the back row, applauding harder than anyone when I gave my speech. Afterward, he pulled me aside. "Thank you," he said. "For what?" I asked. "For becoming the son they needed when I couldn't be." As I watched him walk away, still struggling, still trying to rebuild his life, I realized something profound. His biggest mistake had become my greatest opportunity. Without his destruction, I never would have discovered my own potential. Sometimes the worst thing that happens to your family becomes the best thing that happens to you.